Let's do an unboxing and first impressions of a fragrance, shall we? How about Le Labo's Another 13? This right here. This used to be an exclusive to Colette in Paris. Now it's available at all stores that sell Le Labo fragrances. Let's do that. Coming right up with your chance to win 2 samples thanks to Barney's. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time on this channel and or you've been watching videos here and still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And a little bit about Another 13 by Le Labo. So Le Labo's Another 13 was launched in 2010, 8 years ago. Created by Nathalie Lorson, who is one of my favorite perfumers. She's done a lot of designer fragrances, and I'll list them as I'm talking right now because I don't remember what she's done, but I think she did Encre Noire by Lali, among many others. But a little bit more about this. This was an exclusive fragrance for a store called Colette in Paris. And this was a fragrance that no stores carried. None of the Barneys that sold Le Labo, or the Saks, or now Nordstrom's, or even the boutiques all around the globe. You had to go to Colette in Paris to get it. So I was not that into the idea of Another 13 until about January, or until about 2016. And I was like starting to get into it, and I knew I was going to Paris at the end of the year in 2016. Actually, I was going to be in Paris in January of 2017, so I decided to go to Colette, and I asked for a bottle of Another 13, and guess what? They didn't have any because they said they ran out. So I was so bummed. Later on in 2017, we find out that Colette, the store that's been in Paris for I don't know how many years, 20 years, is going out of business in November of last year. So it folded, it closed down, just on a high note pretty much. And I was like, God, is Another 13 going to be part of the collection of Le Labos? And sure enough, now you can buy Another 13 at all the Le Labo fragrance stores or boutiques that sell Le Labos. So what's the big deal about Another 13? It's got a weird name. It doesn't have a note, like it's not Rose 31 or Bergamot 22 or any of those fragrances. It just says Another 13. The unique thing about Another 13 is it's ambroxan. Here we go with ambroxan again. Very popular synthetic molecule that's supposed to smell like musk, or basically in this case it is ambergris. So the notes on Lucky Scent says musk or ambrox in parentheses, apple, pear, green citrus, and ambrette. So it's a musky fragrance, whereas it's a synthetic molecule, and those synthetic molecules or synthetic notes do last a lot longer than normal. So this is something like the molecule, it's Escentric Molecule fragrances, if you know those, like Molecule 1. But in this case, Molecule 2 from Escentric Molecules is the ambroxan dominant fragrance, or ambroxan note fragrance. But they also have Molecule 3 and Molecule 4, and I'm recently in love with the Molecule 4 because of the Javanol, which is like sandalwood. But here we have ambroxan in the notes, and let's go ahead and open it up. So I recently picked this up, but I haven't opened it up for 2 weeks. They had a promotion going on there, and I had to take advantage of promotions. They call me and say, hey, we've got a promotion. Okay, let's go ahead and take advantage of it. But the fragrance is made for you in store, and they package it for you. So in other words, you can't go to the store and pick up a bottle. They put it together for you. And if you want to find out how they put fragrances together, there's a video in the info box. You can find out how fragrances are put together. But anyway, let's open it up. I want to show you the name a little bit more. They customize it for you. They've got my name here. It says Another 13, all that good stuff. So the fragrance is packaged for you, and there's a little note inside. It's all custom and all that good stuff. And the fragrance is right there. So this is not the first time I'm wearing Another 13. I've worn many samples I've gotten from people and associates of the stores, including the Paris location. So Another 13 is a fragrance I've been wanting to have for a good 2 years, and finally I have it. And the reason I have this fragrance is because just like those eccentric molecule fragrances, especially Molecule 1 and now Molecule 4, this gets compliments galore. it's a weird, I mean, it smells woody to me, but there's no mention of woody notes in here. I'm assuming the ambroxan comes off woody, but definitely the ambrette is big here. I love the ambrette. And apple and pear come through, more pear than apple. And then of course some green citrus comes through as well. But I'm glad to have it finally. And if you, I mean, just been waiting to have this one. And so finally I can spray it for you and give you my first impressions on camera. First off, it smells very similar to something like Escentric Molecules, Molecule 1. I could smell it from here. But it's also very alcohol-y, if that makes sense, so I can pick up the smell of alcohol. And of course, the Escentric Molecules, like woody synthetic molecule notes come through. So there's a little bit of aquatic touch, and I think it's from the ambroxan, because ambroxan, after all, is it's a fragrance that's supposed to, or molecule or synthetic molecule that's supposed to smell like ambergris, and ambergris is basically whale poop. I used to think it was whale vomit, but I was clarified and they said it was whale poop. So anyway, well, ambergris was added, or it's still used in fragrances, and it kind of makes fragrances a little bit aquatic. I'm not the most expert at it, but this is what I've read. But now ambroxan is really, really big, and it's of course in here. But this has been used. I mean, this fragrance has been around since 2010, so it's a pretty long-lasting fragrance, and it was made exclusively for that Colette store. But here I'm picking up that woody ambroxan with a little bit of citrus touches and the ambrette seed, and of course the fruity pear. I mean, the apple, I want to pick up that crunchy apple note, but I'm not getting much of it. It's definitely pear, not as crunchy. It's a little more softer. Some green citrus, not a lot. Definitely ambrette and ambroxan. But this one compliments, big compliments. I've worn many samples, as I said, and every time I wear it, compliments fly out the door with this one. And the other cool thing is, it's like Escentric Molecules, Molecule 1. You're not going to smell it on you after a while, but people are going to smell it on you. And then you're walking, and then all of a sudden it starts projecting, you start smelling it again, and then it goes away. It's just kind of like this weird magical fragrance where you get weirdly anosmic to it and then you can't smell it, but then again you can at some points, but then when you're not smelling it, others are smelling it on you. It's just magical, kind of like a chameleon, I guess is what I should say. But I'm very happy to have another 13. I've been wanting it for so long, for the last 2 years. And I was so bummed when I went to Paris. They weren't able to make it for me because they were all out. And they said they'll be receiving their contents in 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks? I'm only here for 5 days. Bummer. So now the store closed, Colette's store closed, and we have every store selling another 13. Now late last year, or actually not late last year, middle of last year, Colette launched three other fragrances that were made for that store. Not called Another 13, they were called something else, I can't remember it. But I think from what I heard, those are not going to be moved over to the store. Which is unfortunate, because I think when they made those fragrances, they were like, oh, okay, we're going to make some more money off of these fragrances. And all of a sudden, right after they were announced, Colette announced they were closing, which is kind of a bummer. Because I did get to smell those 3 fragrances as well. And I liked 2 of them out of the 3, really did. But this one, I'm so happy I have this. This is going to go in that list of fragrances that are skin scents, or fragrances that are sort of no scent / scent, where magical things happen with it. But if you're into Molecule 1, even Molecule 2, or if you like fragrances like Sauvage, but you want something niche and more unique, this is one to try, guys. Check it out. Another 13. Absolute love for this one. I can smell it. It's a bit woody, aquatic, and ambrette seed, creamy a little bit, musky, and of course pear. So good, so good. And magic does happen with this one. People around you will smell you and they'll say, wow, what are you wearing? And you'll be just like, Another 13, and they'll be like, what is that? And if most people know Le Labo will know this one, or most people that know Colette will know this one, but some people definitely do not know about it. And It's a unique story to tell people about fragrances because, I mean, compliments start up conversations with strangers, and then you become friends with these people because they like what you're wearing and they kind of connect with you, if that makes sense. So anyway, this is another 13 from Le Labo, guys. Do you know this fragrance? Do you know Le Labo at all? Have you tried another 13? Have you tried any Le Labo fragrances? Are you close to Le Labo boutiques or retailers that sell Le Labo? Let me know. Put a comment down below, and perhaps you can go check it out now, because as I said, it is in stores now. It premiered in stores in January last month, and I bought this about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and just finally did the opening up. And they always tell me when I buy Le Labo fragrances to leave it in the bottle for a couple of days, I guess, to macerate, because they put the fragrance together from scratch. All the notes get added, and so they always tell me to leave it for a while, but I left it for about 2.5, 3 weeks. So it was time for me to open this one. But if you can't go sample another 13, now's your chance, if you are in the USA, to have a chance at winning one of 2 samples thanks to Barney's. Christina over at Barney's San Francisco, if you're ever in San Francisco and you want to go perfume shopping, go check out and say hi to Christina. And if you buy fragrances from her, she'll take care of you with lots of good samples and goodies and things like that. But she's doing 2 samples giveaway for 2 lucky subscribers of this channel. Please make sure you're subscribed, and also please put down what your favorite fragrance is that utilizes ambroxan in the notes. Please do that, and also please put your state so that we can qualify you. Anyway, good luck with the giveaway, guys. Let me know what you think about Another 13. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love fragrances like this? Do you like Escentric Molecules, Molecule 1, Molecule 2, Molecule 3, Molecule 4? Or do you like Dior Sauvage or other similar fragrances? Let's put some comments down. Let's get a conversation started. Also, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.